Hello! Today is Monday, August 11th here in Wichita. Actually, it's Monday, August 11th all over the country. Probably not all over the world. At some point, it might be August 12th already, but anyway, here's my update for my first day of treatment on the second week. So it's my sixth day of treatment. Um, Today was fairly normal. Going, I went over early, had to be there at 9. I did all the therapies that I usually do. They were, actually, it was funny. I have always done the ST8 and the Valkian and then the Lux. Today I did the ST8 and the Valkian first, like always, but then I did the foot bath, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the first time we're not doing the Lux next. Anyway, so ST8 Valkian, I did a foot bath. The Lux today was over my heart, spleen, and liver. And I had, again, water, music therapy, or sound therapy, whatever it was. And then I did the sauna, had lunch, had a massage, did the power plate, and then I saw the doctor. My massage was pretty good. It was different than the other. It was a different massage therapist, and she did. I don't know if it seemed a lot different because it was a different person, or if it seemed a lot different because of where we are in my treatments. Because on Friday I had a lot of adjustments to my structure, and so it would seem natural to me that then the massage might be a little more intense and a little more on muscles and things like that instead of lymph, because a lot of my massages have focused on lymph stuff. So anyway, what I was going to say is my eyes were really bothering me today. All weekend it still hurt pretty good up in here. And then this morning it still was hurting up in there. But then slowly it was getting like spreading, and my vision was, those different lights were really bothering me. Like looking at, when you do a foot bath, they have a TV and they play some documentaries, some health documentaries. And I was trying to watch one, and the TV itself was kind of hard to watch because of the light. But then there was a lamp on behind me, and the lamp was reflecting in the television, and that was really bothering me. And then the lights from the Lux, they weren't shining right on my face, but just like the traces of light that were coming out were really bugging me if I didn't keep my eyes closed. Plus, the closeness of all that stuff was really bothering me. It was really starting to get kind of overwhelming. Then actually the sauna made it feel a little better, and I came back to the room after I had the sauna, and about 40 minutes after having gotten out of the sauna, it was really bad. I wasn't even sure I was going to be able to eat lunch. Then, because I was feeling nauseous and stuff, then I did feel a little bit hungry. I thought, well, I'll try a little chicken. Chicken usually I can hold down if I'm going to hold anything down. And as I started eating the chicken, it felt fine, and so I ate more, and I ate a whole piece, and it felt, it was fine. And actually then after a little bit, I felt a lot better. And I don't know, it might have had to do with I had a different breakfast than I usually have. I usually have mainly protein for breakfast, and today I had a salad, and it did have some meat in it, but not very much, so I don't know. But that's what happened. Then it was still bothering me some, though, and I went over for my massage, and actually the massage itself, she didn't do much on my face, and I never got a chance to tell her that my eyes were bothering me so much. But laying on my face, the face pad went right here, and that pressure relieved the pain, and then I was fine, which turned out to be really good because of what the doctor did later. When I saw the doctor, my doctor actually is still struggling with he pulled his back out on Friday. So he's here today and working, but he has had someone in there helping him. Usually it's just you and the doctor, and he was mostly sitting in a chair, and he would do his thing with the bioresonance scanning, and then he would ask his assistant to get him whatever he needed, different remedies or different tools, things like that. So first thing they did was just kind of went over a recap of how I'm doing on all the symptoms that we're watching and the things that we're doing. So we talked a while about that, how pain is and stuff. And overall, I would say I'm doing much better, but there are some significant improvements, but there's still a good amount of pain, and I'm not sure what the pain is from. And I told him that too. I don't know. Some of it seems to be, it could be like weakness in muscles that haven't been used properly for years now, since the discs have been out, or it could be muscle tension issues, or maybe other things that are out of place. I don't know. So we talked about that stuff, and I told him that I've always, I don't know, as long as I can remember, my teeth have been really sensitive, and something that is really difficult for me to eat cold is apples, because it just like apples just go up into your teeth and into your gum, like around your gums and stuff, and it just be like shooting pains. So I typically will take an apple out of the fridge and just always have an apple on the counter, and so that when I want an apple, it's room temperature. But I didn't have one that was room temperature, and I wanted to eat one, so I just ate it cold, and I'll do that sometimes, and I'm just careful how I chew it, and it's still painful. But so I was eating my apple and doing some other things, and all of a sudden I was realizing, hey, this isn't hurting much. So then I started putting it on purpose, putting the pieces of cold apple where I know it would hurt really badly before, and there was no pain. It was so awesome. That happened Saturday morning, and I had another apple today to test it, and so I was pretty psyched about that. That's pretty cool. That's definitely something I wasn't expecting to change, so that's pretty awesome. It really speaks to this circuit therapy stuff, because each tooth is on an electrical circuit, and so all the therapies and all the remedies they're giving us are to get all the circuits running well. And so the fact that my teeth have become, not sensitive, at least not to cold apples, is really telling of what must be all going on in my body, because he's not treating my teeth, We didn't do anything with my teeth specifically. So that's pretty cool. So we talked about that stuff. Then he used the magnets to sort of, repolarize or correct the polarization or whatever in my energy, I guess you would call it, balancing the energy. And he used essential oils to help with that. And then he did something that was really cool. I think it was called neurophotonic therapy. And I'll describe what the therapy is, but first I'm going to describe your body needs light and the different frequencies of light. Everybody, the rainbow has all the different spectrum of different wavelengths, and each different wavelength is a different color. As you see it as a different color, and your body is supposed to absorb all those colors, and then different parts of your body, different organs and things, use different colors. And so the neurophotonic therapy tests for colors that your body is deficient in, which means colors that your body's not absorbing, it's deflecting them. And so he would go through, it was red, green, and blue, and then he had one of all of them. And I was deficient in all of them in different, actually some of them was more deficient in one eye than the other. Oh, excuse me. And so what he did is I put these glasses on, and they were all black, except there was a little disc right in the middle where it would go right over your field of vision. And then and they were hooked up, they were on a wire, so he would turn on different colors or mixtures of colors, and then do his bioresonance scanning to determine which, if I had any deficiencies in either eye, both eye, or whatever. And then he would explain what each color does in the body, as far as which organs and circuits that color affects, and where in your body you need that color, and all of the deficiencies, of course, where problem areas that we already know are problem areas. So it wasn't like, you know, it was affirming that, you know, that this was definitely another piece of the puzzle that needed to be corrected, because, you know, the things that showed deficiencies are problems that I'm having. And most of them were ones we already identified, and then some of them were just other ones related to that. And then he would actually say, if you're deficient in this color, you're also often, this might have happened to you emotionally, or this might be something that does happen to you emotionally, or something like that. And again, that was crazy how right on those things were for the colors that were deficient. And I can't remember all the stuff. Wish I could remember it all. Again, if I could take a recorder into every session, that would be awesome. So then he would give me remedies for each deficiency. He would combine different frequencies to get the frequency that was necessary to correct whatever needed to be corrected for my body to absorb the color. And that was it. Those were one-time remedies. They weren't bottles of remedies that I'll have to take continuously. So that was pretty amazing. And I was wondering, how effective will this really be? But then he had me actually do a physical test where I stood up and I had to stand in front of him and hold out. We started with me standing on my left foot and holding my right leg out in front of me. And I was supposed to balance on that, and it was really hard. I had to close my eyes. That's right. So I was having a really difficult time balancing. Then he switched, stand on the right leg, hold the left leg out. Same thing, really difficult time balancing. And I said, man, I feel like I would do better on this if I had different shoes on, because I've been wearing my sandals over there because I have to take my shoes off and put them back on so many times that after the second or third day I got sick of taking my tennis shoes off and putting them back on. So I've been wearing my sandals, and they're fine sandals, but to like balance like that, I felt like my tennis shoes would work better. But then he gave me a remedy and then retested, and I balanced fine. I was like, oh my gosh, wasn't the shoes. He said, nope, it was the user. And that was true. So that was crazy how just that one time taking that remedy and instantly, you know, whatever frequency needed restoring was restored, and I could balance fine, no problem. Oh, it was awesome and crazy all at the same time. So yeah, that's all for today. See you next time.